Hey everyone, I'm Thomas, aka MrWartburg. Alongside me again for the first time in a while is Joey.
Woo!
We're here because we had a double movie day. We
Yeah,
did
we
John
did.
Wick Chapter 2 and Lego Batman in Algona because fucking Mason City decided that the LDX screen, the awesome reclining seats, the bright screen, and the awesome surround sound should get 50 Shades Darker and not one of the best action movies ever.
It's kind of cool to think, if you want to watch porn on the LDX, but do it on your own time.
You know, porn has better story than 50 Shades Darker.
It's true, actually.
Are you shitting me?
I
I swear to God, there's a line in that movie that says, Tim Geddes tweeted this out. It was like, I swear to God, this line just happened. You taught me how to fuck. She taught me how to love. That was in the movie.
That is so much class in just one sentence.
But hey, John Wick 2 hit $30 million, double the opening of the first John Wick, which is, to me, one of the best action movies since the first Die Hard, period. And since that was the first movie of the day, we started around 120 double matinee, and I found a gift card, so we went for free.
Oh, fuck yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I was like a 3-year-old gift card from when I was in the hospital, but, hey, made it work.
That was a great find.
Got to go for free for 2 movies, basically. So we saw John Wick 2 first. And Joey, what were your thoughts on John Wick Chapter Dose?
Chapter Dose starts off right away with a badass John Wick's getting his fucking Mustang
Dude,
back.
he needs to be in Fast and Furious. So
my
fucking bad.
God.
Oh my God, are you kidding
I
me?
mean, just the opening scenes are just... He chases down a guy on a bike in a Shelby, I think it was.
I thought it was a Chevelle.
Was it Chevelle? It was SS.
His car is a Shelby.
Oh, yeah.
He
Sorry.
got a
Yep, I
Chevelle
got that
in
confused.
the first movie, and he has it again at the end of this one, which is kind of weird, but I like it.
He doesn't have it quite at the end.
Yeah, because of the whole
We
spoilers.
hypothetically think that in Chapter 3, he's going to get the car. But it starts off right away with a badass chasing scene. You don't actually see John Wick in the whole cut. You kind of just see his legs and
Yeah,
little
you don't
bits of
see
him.
his face for
Is it
5
that?
minutes.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of cool because okay, it's fucking John Wick,
Yeah,
man.
they're building the hype pretty well.
It's super badass. I just like the bike chasing scene because out of nowhere he just gets T-bones the bike T-bones him and then gets out, doesn't even kill the motherfucker, just takes his little gold card,
Yeah,
then pockets it and walks away. I'm like, what's this fucking leading to?
yeah,
And then quick cuts to a Russian guy,
of course.
and they're
Basically, a pickup from the finishing of the
Yeah.
first movie's story, which is his fight against the Russian family. And this time they actually got a better Russian actor.
I was just gonna make that reference. Yep, they just had probably the better Russian villain in this
Yeah,
one.
he plays a lot of Russian guys. He was the Russian guy in the space station in Armageddon. He plays Count Vertigo on Arrow, or the true Count Vertigo on Arrow, not the first one. I'm sorry, Seth Gable, you suck.
You tried.
At least in that version of the character, you kind of suck. But he was pretty awesome, and then all of a sudden the movie just kind of takes a turn, and
Oh shit, yeah.
it lulls pretty good. It definitely feels like they were tying in between 2 stories there, and so it doesn't quite flow as well as the first one. But the action throughout is fucking amazing.
Oh my god, it is.
It's so much better than the first one. There's a scene with a shotgun, and I can't even describe how fucking badass it is, because the sound mix is great too.
Oh, yeah.
You fucking feel that thing just mowing dudes down.
That Benelli shotgun, yeah.
It owns.
Oh, it's so good. I like the, I think we know what scene you're talking about. I'll go into a little more description of it. It's when he's reloading the Benelli. He goes and, he's got a guy against the wall. He's kind of, kneeled down. He shoves the Benelli, at him. He pulls the trigger. Not loaded. He's like, shit. Pulls it back. Quickly loads his shell and then fires, point blank range. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, he just decimates
Yeah,
the dude.
I mean, he's not living. Nothing.
It's the action's fantastic, and even when the movie lulls, they really build the world,
yeah.
the world well, and expand upon it and what the first one built in. The mystery of the Continental and this world that feels bigger than it is. They keep expanding it without telling you everything. This time, we're introduced to the High Table and this
12
ancient
seats.
order of assassins, basically modern day Assassin's Creed. Seriously, I want to play a modern day Assassin's Creed game. I think it'd be fucking great. And it would be a lot like John Wick. Just saying.
Basically would be.
But they build that out well while still leaving it kind of mysterious and in the shadows. And we're going to see more next time. And I could kind of liken it to Fast and Furious and how they introduce new and bigger things each and every time, while still fitting and within its own tone. You could jump the shark by making things bigger more crazy and more mysterious or whatever. But Fast and Furious hasn't done that so far. I'm kind of worried about this one, but we'll see. They've had three great movies where they're 5, 6, and 7 that have built upon a foundation in 4 and made it bigger each time, while still fitting it's in the tone very well. And John Wick 2 does that, in spades. Like the marker, the blood oaths. Ian McShane's character is back, being fucking awesome. Lawrence Fishburne is awesome as this, not in the order group of assassins, but he's connected to it because he knows about it, because he knows about the gold coins and everything, but he's not within their order. Well, which I like because it sets up 3, and maybe we'll get another rival order of assassins, and John Wick gets to lead them all and be like, what up? I'm awesome.
Well, basically, that's what it kind of looks like was setting up, because they're kind of within the order.
Like, you think they're going to stop at 14th Street?
Oh, yeah, they're going to stop at 14th Street. That was a huge thing. It's like, oh, so New York's split up between different...
Yeah, it's just a little one-line drop, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you make the connection, and it's like, man, this is way bigger than I thought.
Oh, it's fucking huge. I'm like, oh. So there's just not one badass group of assassins. There is multiple group of assassins over here.
A lot of stuff like that, where you see something, and then your mind keeps working on it, and you're like, holy fucking shit.
This is like it's not even like...
The first one was a lot like that, when they show up and he's talking to the bodyguard about he lost weight, and they clearly know each other, and it just, the world feels bigger than what you're seeing, and that's easier said than done, and this movie does it very, very well. So those are, I think, most of the things we talked about in the car on the half an hour ride home. So as a whole, how would you compare it, above, below, or equal to John Wick, the original?
God dang it. I thought about this at work today and last night. It's... John Wick 1 just had the surprise of just being
it came out of
John
nowhere.
Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like...
It's like the first time you see Die Hard.
Great, yeah.
You're like, oh my God.
It's tough to compare. I'm going to say it's a little bit under, but very close. But it's just because, when I first saw John Wick, I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. And this is what John Wick 2 I came in expecting.
Yeah.
And
that does change the game.
Yeah, it does. I mean, different point of view and perspective there. So yeah, I just put this a little bit under. Not too much, but...
Agreed. For me, there's... The action's better. The score's great. Still as great. Not as good licensed music. The first one had a couple great songs, particularly "Killing Strangers" by Marilyn Manson. Great song. I'm not a huge fan of the artist, but it was a great song. The side characters weren't as good in this one. It's hard to go from your side character being Willem Dafoe as another assassin to Common being another assassin. It's a step down, which is not a fault of Common. It's Willem Dafoe. I mean, he's Willem Dafoe. Yeah, he's awesome. So it's kind of a come down there. But Keanu Reeves, he continues to sell shitty dialogue like the man that he is. Great action sequences, amazing gunplay, but the story wasn't as pure of an action movie for me. Whereas, the first one, you wanted him to go murder everyone. You wanted everyone to die because they killed that fucking dog. Oh, yeah. This time the dog doesn't die, so that is a light spoiler. The dog doesn't die. Awesome dog. Lance Reddick is pretty awesome. He's back as the the hotel manager. Got some great little one-line scenes.
He's got a bigger part.
He's pretty awesome. I'm excited to see if he can come back and be a liaison with John Wick and the rest of the world in the next movie. Kind of like Lance Reddick. He's pretty awesome. I love how he shows up in video game stuff, and he will forever be Captain Boyles to me. R.I.P. Fringe. But I would say it's not quite as good of an overall movie as the first John Wick, but just barely. Again, to bring it back to Die Hard. Yeah. Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2 are very, similar in that they're making the world bigger to John Wick and John Wick 2, but for very different reasons, of course, because one's set in the real cop world and the other one's in a world of assassins. Yeah. There's only so many parallels. But in terms of story, Die Hard and Die Hard 2, it's pretty clear Die Hard's a better movie, right? It's simpler, more stripped down, and better. And it's pretty clear that
pretty cut.
Die Hard 2 is not as good of a movie as the first. John Wick 2 does a lot of things better than the predecessor. And really the only thing it doesn't do better definitively is the story.
Yeah,
so
it gets a little confusing.
It gets points for going bigger and better at the same time. Because going bigger does not always mean better.
Oh, no.
Not always.
Let's look at the Transformers.
It gets points for doing those both at the same time. But the story did suffer a little just because it's hard to beat a pure revenge action movie for just basic story. It's the most basic. You're hooked from the jump. That you don't need to build up. You see the moment the thing happens, and all of a sudden, you're on this guy's side.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. So this movie could probably not have gotten that level of emotional response from the audience just because it doesn't have that inciting incident.
Yeah.
But that's where that's what I would say about the movie. But no matter what,
go
fucking watch this movie. Make Week 2 beat the shit out of 50 Shades Darker.
Please.
Make it fucking demolish it. Because, oh my god, I'm so sad. I'm so sad to see that it opened in second. Granted, John Wick 2 did double the first one, got 30 instead of 15, but still.
But it
just depresses me.
Why 50, guys?
Make better life choices, people.
Thank you.
Okay, on to the second movie that we saw for the weekend. This one's probably going to be a little shorter because it was a shorter movie, and I have less to say about it.
Me too.
Basically, I can sum my thoughts on this movie up in like one sentence.
Oh, Jesus. I think I got two.
We saw Lego Batman.
Woo.
Now, I was a big fan of the first one, the Lego movie, the original Lego movie, as it were. They're coming out with a few more, and they've had their Lego Batman TV show and stuff with different voice actors. That one's Troy Baker. It's set in the games universe, not the movie universe.
Okay.
I was going into this one cautiously optimistic because I liked the first one and I liked his character in the first one, but he was a side character. And how often do we see side characters go get their own solo movies that really knock it out of the park? Other than Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You know? Not super often does it happen when it happens well. It's usually average to not very good. Yeah. I would say this is an above average movie. It's not on the level of the Lego movie, which is like nominated for like best animated feature of the year type movie. It was very fucking good, great voice acting, awesome. Like actually had musical numbers, felt like a kind of a Disney movie, but with parody humor. You know,
the music didn't seem forced in the Lego movie.
Yeah, and this one that didn't really happen except for like the opening number.
Yeah,
great opening. Holy shit, this movie opened great. This movie opened fantastically, and then it just, much like John Wick 2, just kind of grinds to a halt. And then for me, it never picked back up. It just there were just some jokes that fell and hit, but far and away they just kind of felt
Like for me, I was gonna say it's more like I would agree with that. I mean, it's like
if I hadn't got to see it for $2, I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, I don't know if you can download it illegally.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Never do that.
Don't
illegally.
do that.
Never.
Don't do that. That's horrible.
Never. Rent it for $3.
There you go. But it's not. I don't think it's movie theater worthy.
No, not unless you're not unless you got kids.
That's true. Entertaining as fuck kids. But
definitely more kid humor friendly than the first one.
Yeah.
The first one had a lot of adult level concepts and like reality sci-fi type things that kind of played to both audiences better. This one doesn't play to both audiences. It definitely plays. However, there were some great DC jokes, just bashing the shit out of some of the worst parts of Batman's history. Yeah, it was great. Like they had some very good moments that they made me laugh. I would have loved it if Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin got to voice them.
That'd been pretty cool.
That'd have been fantastic because they shot Lego promos on the CW for the show.
Oh,
for the movie, and I thought I would have loved to have them show up and like
have them voice over.
Yeah, that'd have been great. Because then we could get that hype train going to recast the Flash. Because they got to get a new director and rewrite the movie again.
What?
Yeah. So it could be like, hey, make Grant Gustin Wally West. Fucking done.
Wow. I can't believe rewriting a whole movie is just mind-boggling.
That happens all the time, but it's just that they're so far into production at this point that it's kind of disheartening that it happens. But anyway, Joey,
yes,
what are your thoughts on Lego Batman compared to the first one?
Oh, it's definitely like, if we're doing like a 3-tier thing, it's definitely like bottom tier.
Below? It's below the first one?
Very below, yeah. It doesn't really hold a candle to that well.
No.
It starts off like, oh, this is going to be like Lego fucking movie again. And then like, once again, you said, it's kind of like,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think the first one was a lightning in the bottle type situation where I don't know if they're going to recapture it.
Yeah.
Granted, the trailer for the next one actually kind of looked funny because it has Jackie Chan as the old martial arts mentor.
And I don't know, I've watched some of the animated series, which
they've done for it.
Ninjutsu or
Ninjago.
What they do when they spin is called Ninjutsu, I think, or something. I don't remember. But I kind of watched it. I thought it was kind of entertaining itself. So this could be kind of...
It could be a get back on the right track that Lego Batman...
Could have been?
Again, decent movie. The first one was a borderline great movie.
Oh, yeah.
Borderline. I don't think it was great. It was close, but I think it was definitely in the upper echelon of the year it came out for movies that were out. Yeah. This one, not so much.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think this one's definitely a miss.
Yep. Again, if you're going to go see it in theaters, do it a matinee.
Yeah.
Or rent it. Other than that, pass on it. Yeah. But go fucking see John Wick 2.
Please see John Wick 2.
So those are our thoughts on our double movie weekend. We'll be back reviewing Logan without a doubt. And I might do a game review for the first time. I might do Halo Wars 2 in between now and then because I'm getting that Friday because I pre-ordered it like a boss.
Oh, shit, son.
So, if you like this kind of content, drop a like. Let us know what you thought of the movies below in the comments. Share the video if, you feel like it. If we were entertaining as a duo, share that shit. And, of course, subscribe to stay up to date with all our latest videos, or my latest videos that Joey helps me on. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Don't fucking do that. Don't.
Not like
no.
the anime chick?
Hold on. There's the door. Please
All right,
leave.
I'll fucking do this.